Hello, I'm Pat Buchanan, and I'm going to recall the events of our many years in Hayward, 45 plus years in Hayward. In 1962, Duncan Buchanan, my husband, was transferred from Eureka, California to Hayward, California. We're both native Californians. He grew up in Berkeley. I grew up in Woodland, California, up by Davis and Sacramento. We both went to Cal Berkeley, so we met there. And we bought our house in Fairway Park, way out west in Hayward. It was a new development, and we were the second owners in the house. I was told when it was first opened, the development, that they didn't even have telephones out that far. So there was a neighborhood shopping center, and it contained a Lucky store and a dime store and a gourmet house with Chinese, barbecue, Italian, Mexican, a bakery. So I thought, gee, I'll never have to cook, which didn't turn out to be true, but that was one of my drawing cards. We came with 3 small children from Eureka. They were all born in Lodi, where we lived for a while. And the oldest one was in kindergarten. So in order to find our house, we stayed over in San Mateo with the senior Buchanans. And if I didn't borrow their car and leave the 3 children, I had to go to San Francisco, across the bridge, back on a bus to Hayward, and then meet the realtor and look for houses. It was a long, tedious journey. I didn't have to do that too often. So finally, we just found this empty house, and I thought, that's for us. Because normally, the 3 little children grandparents weren't used to, and Grandma was getting upset because they didn't like her cooking and all kinds of things. So we all came over to our new house in Hayward, which was very empty and very, very decorated as a single person's house. It had silver wallpaper and dark gray walls. So we had to do some changes, but that was going to be our home, little did we know, for 45 plus years. So we got them enrolled. We got the oldest one enrolled in kindergarten at Bidwell School, and then she was a little timid about that, but the girl next door was in kindergarten, so then she felt at home when she saw her. So we had 2 more children after we settled in Hayward, 2 little girls. We had 2 girls, the first children, and then Paul in the middle, and 2 little girls. And Paul wanted to trade one in for a brother, but we never traded him. I told him he could adopt a brother, but he didn't want to share his room, so we just went with 4 girls and 1 boy. I served on the Planning Commission in Hayward for several years, and that was interesting to see the development of Hayward. And then, let's see what else. I finally went back to work as a social worker, which I did right out of Cal. And I think my social work career lasted 15 years altogether. And we served in South County families. I worked with the Job Corps and foster children, different things. We always loved Guerin Park, which is across from where we live. So we hiked with the cows and in a little bit of fear, but the cows never bothered us and we didn't bother them. I loved the green hills in the spring and all the flowers in blossom. We saw the tall city hall on Foothill Boulevard being built and then being damaged by the '89 earthquake. And we don't know what will ultimately be its fate. Our kids all went to St. Clement's School. That was part of the attraction. And then to Moreau next door. We saw Moreau being built, which my dentist went on and on about the architecture of Moreau, but just recently they've changed it. It's no longer just a box. It's got a new front. So we've seen Hayward grow a lot. I can't ever believe how it's grown in the hills between Castro Valley and Hayward. It's just unbelievable. So it's the heart of the bay, and we have enjoyed our stay here 45 plus years, and especially the hills, the green hills of Hayward. So now I would like to show you the 5 children after they were grown. There is Paul, the one boy, and he lives in San Mateo now, but he grew up here and went to Cal-State, hiked through the hills to school. This is Peggy, our youngest. She still lives in Hayward with 2 little girls now. This is Katie. These are the 2 youngest, and Katie lives in Berkeley with her 3 little girls. We're definitely a girl family. This is Maureen, our 2nd child. She died 2 years ago, but she left 2 daughters who were not born in this picture, but are now women, 18 and 21. And then this is our oldest daughter, Mary, and our first grandchildren, Linda, who's now 29, and Thomas and Sarah, twins, 27. And this is her ex-husband, Rocky. So this is the story of our Hayward adventure, and we're grateful that we live in such a lovely place.